Luka Doncic's insane NBA secrets you won't believe. Different basketball stars over the years have thrilled and entertained lovers of the game with their sleek balling prowess during league and other cup competitions in America. However, just a few people would have anticipated that a kid will rise as rapidly in the league as the division's wonder boy, Luka Doncic did. Keep watching this video to learn more about Luka Doncic's insane NBA secrets you won't believe. Luka Doncic. At the age of 20 years old, Luka Doncic has already established himself as part of the top 5 basketball players in the world, thanks to his overall scoring, passing, and dribbling abilities. There's little wonder the sensational Slovenian is already being compared by many to basketball legends like Larry Bird and LeBron James. Just this season, the Wonder Kid is averaging about a 30-point triple-double on the season. But that's not all. His back-to-back triple-doubles in a week of basketball games made him the youngest player in the division to accomplish such an astounding feat, as he beat Oscar Robertson, who was holding the record, having done his own at the age of 22 years old. Even as Luka's second year in the NBA cannot be compared to his first, just a few people would have expected the overwhelming improvements in the Slovenian's game. Though only 14 games into the season, Luka is already averaging 29.9 points, 10.6 rebounds on goal, and 9.4 assists per game. During a game against the Golden State Warriors, he was superior in his overall display, as he single-handedly scored 35 points, had 10 rebounds, and recorded 11 assists in just 26 minutes into the clock. That display was merely a confirmation and certification to his outstanding talent in the game of basketball. This is coupled with the fact that he had earlier by himself recorded 42 points, 11 rebounds, and assisted his teammates 12 times in a game they played against the San Antonio Spurs, which they won earlier in the week. Indeed, in the wake of all these amazing feats and records being shattered by this young lad, some questions are desperately begging for an answer, especially from basketball fans. Problems like how this young sensation manages to do it, and what's the secret to his consistent and stunning displays on the court, all seem to be questions on the lips of every basketball lover. We will provide an answer to these questions in this video, so sit back and enjoy as we expose the secrets to Luka's success one after another. Luka's success in the NBA. Of course, something must be responsible for all the successes that Luka has enjoyed within the short period of his discovery in the NBA. Remember that the Dallas Mavericks discovered him during a scouting trip in a nondescript hotel just a few years ago, and since then, the lad has grown quite speedily through the NBA ranks to become one of the most celebrated names in the game of basketball today. In this video, here are some of the top secrets that have brought Luka to where he is today. 1. Secret training with great basketball legend Stephen Curry. Late in August last year, Doncic had a training workout with one of the most renowned players in the division today, Stephen Curry, in a gym 20 miles east of Oracle Arena. Doncic's agent, Bill Duffy, kept the training with Curry as discreet and quiet as possible, with just a few persons in attendance. The training was unknown to people outside the gym, and its prep was smooth and quick that even the owner of the Mavericks basketball team, Mark Cuban, had no idea of it. Luka's agent, Duffy, explained that the training was meant to expose him to the exceptional skills of the two-time MVP of the division. The agent revealed that Curry's old-time trainer, Payne, who had witnessed some of Doncic's recent outstanding performances, became impressed by what he saw and asked for the young lad to be summoned and trained alongside Curry. Payne will later testify that the training session, which ordinarily was supposed to last for just an hour, lasted for 3 due to the never-say-die spirit he witnessed in young Luka. Admittedly, this secret training with one of the greatest players to have ever graced the basketball court, Curry, helped Luka to improve more on his already possessed attributes and skills. Payne, during the training session, told Luka to rest and cool off. Expectedly, he declined Payne's offer and continued training. 2. He visits a high-tech training facility in Santa Barbara. Upon bagging the prestigious award for the Rookie Award of the last year's season, the lack of athleticism made many, including the NBA Draft.net, to regard the Slovenian to be an average athlete with a small speed step even for European standards. The youngster, however, possessed a skill that only a few can boast of having in any gaming of sports in the world today. Doncic's ability to go from the level of speed of 60 to 0 is something quite rare and unique. The director of P3 Applied Sports Science, Eric Leitersdorf, having seen Luka in action, claims that the youngster has the unique ability to create the force required during a deceleration phase of a counter-movement jump. At least once in every year, Doncic visits the P3 training facility. The facility has amassed a large amount of information on NBA players. Last year, they highlighted the eccentric force output and unconventional rate of force development and compared it to another excellent basketball prospect, James Harden. On the list, Harden ranks 99, while Doncic isn't far behind, ranking 92nd in the P3's NBA database. The founder of P3, Marcus Elliott, was next to declare his opinion on the young sensation by saying that the player's exclusive ability to decelerate suddenly and his quick change of direction are pivotal and the key to his renowned signature move, the step-back jumper. The step is deadly because it allows him to cover as much ground as possible. According to P3, the player's hip abduction during a one-off skater test ranks in the 85th percentile of their NBA database. Doncic is extremely good at controlling his hips and trunk when decelerating, meaning he can still control his balance as he slows down. Even when accelerating at top speed, he can still maintain his balance. His trunk and hips are stable enough. He also possesses enough skill that helps him maneuver and beat defenders easily. If a defender remains fixed on the spot and doesn't want to change due to fear of being passed or beaten, Doncic makes them move backward and finishes them with his killer move, the step-back jumper, Elliott explained. Doncic's first and last steps. Though it's true that Luka's first step is relatively weak and slow when compared to that of his teammates Dennis Smith Jr., who has an outstanding first step, he still requires additional steps to finish a move. Because of Luka's weak first step, defenders in the division can not only anticipate but beat him to the spot. However, the significant difference between Doncic and other players in the division is that he uses his first step as leverage for delivering the killer blow known as his last step. What the first step does is get him in an acute position, and from there he provides the sucker punch to his opponent, leaving them confused and shocked. Doncic uses the last step to accelerate at top speed, as well as to decelerate when he wants to efficiently. His previous step move also helps him against defenders that often try to close space quickly. It helps him in pick and roll situations by using choppy stomps to run defenders into the screen. He applies the long and final jump to go through them. It is no doubt that Doncic possesses the strength, skill, flexibility, and balance that will inevitably cause many people to regard him as the overall definition of athleticism. Doncic, with his skill set, has not only announced himself to the world, but he has also proven that just being athletic isn't the apex and only requirement of the sport. He has made up for the things which people initially said he lacked. He has successfully made up for these things with his overall strength, agility, flexibility, and balance, which is immensely guided by his crafty use of a first step that paves the way for his devastating last. Luka Doncic's jump shot. Big tilt. Luka prefers the big tilt to the small one. As a right-handed shooter that he is, he tilts his feet to the left before making a shot to the goal. Most players in the division have a small tilt to their feet before shooting, guys like Klay Thompson and others. Doncic differs in that regard. The youngster, before the shooting, makes his left foot to become significantly away from the three-point line than his right foot. The reason why this kind of tilt is considered necessary to his style of play is that it alleviates his upper body tension, so that as he gets ready to shoot, he gets perfect alignment and his shooting wrist, elbow, shoulder, and hip aimed toward the rim. Before he shoots, his body often appears to be in a straight line downwards. Low lift. The next exciting thing about Luka's jump shot is that he has a low lift. Again, other divisional players like Russell Westport that explode their jump shot, jumps as high as he can before releasing the ball. Doncic, just like Steph Curry, Trae Young, and other elites in the division, does not get a lot of lift before shooting. They jump off the ground 4 or 5 inches maximum. Dropping low before shooting is essential because it helps Luka to optimize his release timing so that the momentum can go right through his body. Big feet sweep. This technique, adopted by Doncic, enables him to leap before shooting, such that his feet start on a particular location and then slide forward inside of the three-point line. Before shooting, it is only when the ball leaves his hand that his feet swept forward. This technique is essential because it generates more momentum and pendulum in basketballers' bodies, and gives them an overall rotational effect on the ball. After shooting, Luka, before landing, takes his first step backward. Early set point. This is something that also distinguishes Luka from other players in the division. When Luka gets an early set point, his knee will still be bent, while the ball is already on his forehead. He looks out and then pushes forward. By doing so, he releases the ball into the waiting net. Luka's step back jumper. Anytime Luka steps back to shoot, his nose is sure to be over his knees with his cheeks pointed, and, when coming up, he gets the required leap and balance to make his shot count. Another key to his step back jumper move is that Luka attacks the top foot of the defender. When defenders guard, they usually set foot in front of the other. This enables them to quickly make a turn before following the offensive player that is coming towards them. One thing Luka does well is to attack the top foot of a defender. Another thing he does is to pay attention to the defender's chest angle. As soon as the defender's chest gets to the sideline, that is when Luka feels he has an opening. He then steps back and delivers the killer blow shot. Another critical element to Luka's step-back jumper is that he always appears to be a threat when attempting a drive-through. This is because defenders regard him as a threat that should be kept away from their rim, and the moment he starts to move, they follow him aggressively. This is the moment when, after drawing the attention of the defenders and keeping them in their rim and space, he will step back to deliver the final throw. The continuous and impressive display by this Slovenian sensation has prompted many to compare him with basketball great legends like Michael Jordan and the late Kobe Bryant. Also, many people believe that the youngster possesses a balance that no other player in the division can boast of currently. Luka worked extensively on his balance and strength in some of his training drills with Peak 3. Something he does so well is feigning shots by dashing forward with top speed and suddenly stepping back, thereby leaving the defender for dead before scoring. Even though the basketball season is on a pause due to the unfortunate outbreak of the coronavirus, which was made even worse when a player from Utah Jazz team Rudy Gobert tested positive. However, I am quite sure that many will be anticipating the resumption of the league, as they can wait for no further to see their young and inspiring prodigy, Luka Doncic, back in action for the remainder of the campaign. The kid, with his style, charisma, and enthusiasm, will no doubt register his name amongst the league's most elite players in the nearest future. So watch out for more videos on our channel to learn about the NBA and players who play in the game.